Hey there, hobby friends. King NASCAR here, and today I'm going to bust open a 1989 Maxx Toolbox Set that I got off of eBay. I got it really cheap. I was really surprised that the seller accepted my offer. But this set is a 220 card set, and it's more than double what they had in 1988. They added a lot more, I guess you could say, fluff. It's kind of what Topps is doing now, and they'll learn on F1 to cut it down. But they included team owners, crew chiefs, team members. There was a year in review little subset, victory lane subset, and there was a classic subset that was gray bordered that had legends like David Pearson and Fred Lorenzen and so on. So it was it's a pretty big set. I've managed to collect this set almost entirely in PSA 10. I'm looking for like 3 base cards and then 1 variation card to have the complete run in PSA 10. So those are other cards I'll be looking for in this set that are hopefully gradable and can gem. But before we get started busting this box, I want to do a real quick brief history in showing some of the form factors that the cards came in back in 1989. Now I will say that I did not ever see any wax packs anywhere. I mean anywhere. I never saw them at hobby stores. I never saw them at Toys R Us. I never saw them in any kind of store at all. Never saw them. But what I did see, and I'll show these first, are these combo packs. And these things were like everywhere. They were at Toys R Us, they were at Family Dollar, they were at Woolworths, they were all over the place. And you can see there's a sticker on there. For $1.99 you could get those at Toys R Us. So these combo packs, they came with a cover card, and then there were 4 I don't know what you want to call them, 4 cards in there. They're unnumbered cards. I guess promo cards, demo cards, whatever you want to call them. But there were 4 cards that came in here. And there was an 8-card, like, unnumbered set, plus the cover card. And there was a few variations of the cover card as well. But as you can see, it came with 3 1988 Maxx packs. And you can see in there, it's kind of hard to see, but there's 4 cards in there from the unnumbered set. So that was the first thing that I saw, and I was able to find these like everywhere. Like I said, everywhere I went, every Toys R Us had them, every Woolworths had them, Family Dollar had them. We have a lot of Family Dollars here, so I was able to pick up a lot of these. But again, never ever saw the packs. So I'll show you, first of all, here's a box, which again, I never saw a box of 1989 Maxx at all. It came with 48 packs in a box, and they also had stickers on the back of these packs, I guess, to kind of protect the cards. But I'll show you real quick. These came in cellos just like the 88 Maxx. And as you can see, it's got a cover card with Bill Elliott's car on there. It says, "Collect them all." So there's a sticker on the back right there. And like I said, I guess they did that to protect the cards inside. But these were cellos. So this was the first form factor that they came in. Now they also made complete sets. Okay. There was a regular factory set that had all 220 cards. And as you can see, it's in just a regular cardboard box. And contrary to popular belief, these boxes were never factory sealed. I hear people saying, "Oh, there's factory sealed ones." No, there's not. I've seen hundreds of these. I've never seen anything that's called, I'll do the air quotes, factory sealed. But as you can see, it just opens up. There's nothing fancy about it or anything like that. But all 220 cards are in the set. It's very similar to what they did in 88, except, with 88, they had the sticker that flipped over and sealed the box, which they don't do that with these. So I don't care what you've heard, there's no such thing as a factory sealed 1989 Maxx factory set. And then they also came out with this weird little set. It's called the Peak set, but it's named the Winston Cup set. But everybody calls it the Peak set because it has Kyle Petty's car on there. But this was only the first 100 cards in here, which was weird. And like I said, so you can tell, you can, think already that, hey, cards 1 through 100 are more plentiful than cards 101 through 220. But you can see right here, it says, look for other Maxx race card items. 12 card packs. I don't think I ever saw a 12 card pack. Never saw a 24 card bag or a 48 card bag. So I don't know where any of this stuff came from. Collector kit and mini trader album. I don't think any of those things ever came out. If they did, somebody please correct me and let me know. I would love to see those. I think that would be really cool. But like I said, these are just cards number 1 through 100. The Dale Earnhardt Senior Rookie is also in here. So that's another form factor. Now, one of the best form factors, of course, is the toolbox set. And these came out, I remember, they were like, seems to me like these were like $40, $50 new, and you had to get them direct from Maxx. And I remember buying one, and man, that was a lot of money for me back in 1989. And also back then, Maxx, they did do a promo set for Crisco, and it's just called the 1989 Crisco set. And I'll show you those cards real quick here. These also came in the cello pack as well. And as you can see, there's 24 cards in this set with a cover card. And of course, these cards are kind of like 89 Maxx. They're hard to grade sometimes in mint condition because the cello kind of pulled down the corners on the top and bottom card. But as you can see, these are orange bordered just like the regular 89 Maxx, except they've got the little special Crisco edition right here. And there are different pictures than what are on the 89 regular Maxx set. And of course, Dale Earnhardt's in here. As you can see, these are pretty cool. And they gave these away if you bought some Crisco products. Like, I guess if you bought some oil or some grease or whatever, you got a free set of cards. So that was pretty cool. Also, here is the 1989 Maxx Crisco Dale Earnhardt. As you can see, that's a different looking card than you're going to see in the toolbox set. But that's also graded a 10. All right, so moving on. Again, I'll go back to the 1989 Maxx box. The back had stickers, okay? And the stickers just had little flags on them, and I'm going to show you one of those real quick. This is what they look like. And this one's got Dale Earnhardt's number and Jimmy Means number 52. And they're pretty cool. Like I said, they were only available in the wax packs or the cello packs, whatever you want to call them. But there's 20, I think there's 20 stickers to the set. And of course, trying to collect all these in high grade is tough, again, because that cello just kind of bent the corners back just a little bit. Okay, so a little bit more about the 89 Maxx set. There are, from what I counted off of Beckett, and this is Beckett, this is not necessarily how I feel about it, but Beckett says there are 78 different rookies that are in the 89 Maxx set, which is pretty cool. I mean, out of 220, that's more than a third of the cards are rookie cards. So that's pretty neat. But what I really like about this is out of those rookies, there's 9 of them that are in the NASCAR Hall of Fame. And they are Dale Earnhardt, Kirk Shelmerdine, Fred Lorenzen, Robert Yates, David Pearson, Rick Hendrick, Dale Inman, Waddell Wilson, and Jack Roush. So those are the drivers and other Hall of Fame members that are in this set that have their rookie cards. So again, it's to me, this is a desirable set, and it's also very underrated. So with that, I guess we can go ahead and I will get my handy dandy panini box cutter, and we're going to open this thing up. But hold on, I just thought of one thing. These things are, you know, wrapped in shrink wrap, but it's just, you know, plain old shrink wrap. So how do you know somebody hasn't resealed it? Well, the best way that I have found out is that when Maxx shrink wrap these, there's a little hole. It looks like a little paper punch that's in the cello to let the air out when they shrink wrap these. And I think I saw that little hole. Usually you'll see it on the top somewhere or on the bottom somewhere, but I didn't see that when I saw it on eBay. But when I got it, I don't know if you can see it or not, it's right there. There it is. You can see that little hole to let the air out when they shrink wrap it. So I think this is a legit shrink wrap. I think this is factory. So with that, we are going to go ahead and open up this toolbox set. Now the seller didn't, as you can see, you can look at it, it's kind of funky looking. He didn't really pack it very well, so I'm hoping the cards are okay. But let's go ahead and open this up. I'm trying to do this so I don't want to cut into the box or anything. Now you're also going to see that there's a tray inside of here. It's also shrink wrapped, which really helps protect the cards. So let's see if we can get this off of here. All right. And it's got a little flap right here that you got to open up. So we'll go ahead and open this up, and you'll see the cards in there. Yep. So there's no G.I. Joe cards in here. That's good. So here's the tray, which is weird. It's upside down. And also there's an offer in there where you can buy a binder and get sheets and pages and things for I think it wasn't a whole lot of money. Yeah, 12 bucks. So that's pretty cool. So all right, we're going to move this off to the side, and we're going to get this tray, and we're going to look inside here and see. These cards look well centered. Just looking at that first card of Billy Woodruff, that's a good sign. I'm glad to see that. So the ones I'm looking for the most are card number 1, card number 3 of Earnhardt, card number 4, I think that's Rick Wilson, card number 104, and there's also a variation, only one variation in this set, and it's card number 5. It's Jeff Bodine, and the last line on the back is either complete or incomplete. And that's the only error in this entire set, which, you know, in 1990 they had tons. So let's see if we can get this thing open. Open up this tray. Let's see. See if I can snag this without tearing it up too much. But I love this set. Now here's the thing. If you guys are looking for cards to get graded out of the 89 Maxx set, the best set to do it with by far is the toolbox set. That's why I buy toolbox sets, because these cards have the green back. They chip very, very easily. And I found that in like the factory set and the cards that come in the wax boxes or the cello boxes they're just prone to chipping. So I'm wondering, and I can't substantiate this or prove this, but in my opinion, I think these were printed by a different printer. Like I said, I can't substantiate that. Man, I'm having trouble. This is adult-proof shrink wrap here, y'all. Trying to get this thing open without messing up the cards too much. But again, these are the best ones to get graded. So if you're going to get anything graded out of 89 Maxx, these are the ones. Dang, I'm sorry, y'all. This is just ridiculous. I can't get this shrink wrap off of here. I'll tear these dang cards up if I'm not careful. Okay, let's see if we can get this going. But yeah, I love that. I love the toolbox set just because of how well the cards are in here. Well, this is proven to be no fun. All right, looks like we're getting close. All right, like I said, I'm looking for card 1, card 3, card 4, card 104, and card number 5 with the complete last line. But I think in these, the last line is incomplete. So let's see, let's just grab some. See card number 2 there of Ernie Irvan. There's card number 1 right there. That's the other thing. Trying to get these things out of here without messing them up is tricky at best. As you can see, I mean, they slide around in there. So let's look at this. Oh, dang, see? That's what I'm talking about. All right, well, I can already tell that's card number 1. It's off center. So that card to me is not worth grading at all. And then here's Rick Wilson. That's card number 4. That's another card I'm looking for. Off center. Let's look through here real quick, see what we see, see if there's anything. See, now that looks like Dale Lemon looks great. Junior Johnson looks, he's a little off center. He's in the Hall of Fame. Let's see. Did I see Waddell Wilson? There's Waddell Wilson. That one looks, that's probable. It's a little off center. Sterling Marlin. So, yeah, so card number 1 and card number 4, no bueno on those. Let's try this stack right here. I see Richard Petty down there. That's another good one to get graded, is Richard Petty. Okay, so there's Ernie Irvan, card number 2. That card looks nice. Except it's got a, looks like it's got a print deal on there. Well, that sucks. Oh, there's Dale Earnhardt. Oh, okay. So, I can already see that he's got a corner issue. I don't know if you can see it or not. But he's got a corner issue. So this card is definitely not worth grading. It's too bad. But that's the Dale Earnhardt rookie card that everybody's looking for. I took a chance on this box. Of course, it didn't pan out, but, you know, you got to keep trying. And then, it's like the cards over here all took a little bit of a whammo, because I'm looking at that Mark Martin. It's like he's got a little corner issue, and so does Kowicki. Well, that's a shame. That would have probably been a 9 if it hadn't had the corner issue. Because you look at the back, it's green. You don't see really any chipping on the back of these cards. And like I said, with this green back, any little chipping shows up, and of course that gives you a lower grade. So, oh well, so much for Dale Earnhardt. We'll put him up there. The only other card I'm looking for now is 104, and that one is notoriously off center. I mean, it's always off center. That's why I'm having trouble getting it graded. Let's see. 42. Yeah, so you can see these cards are in somewhat numerical order. So let's stick this over here. I mean, there are some gradable cards in here, I can tell. Let's see. 119. 120. Yeah, you can see here are some of the year in review cards. Like there's Davey Allison. That's pretty neat. And here's the Jeff Bodine. And like I said, I need the one that has the last line complete. That's well centered. Looks pretty decent. And this one is the incomplete. You can see right here where it's got the space. It doesn't have the text in there. I don't know what happened there, but it's kind of weird. But so that card is not going to help me either. But that's actually a very nice card. Too bad the Dale Earnhardt wasn't like that. Probably would have gotten at least a 9 on that. So let's stick that over here. We'll look at that Richard Petty and see if he's worth grading as well. Let's see if any. And there are other Dale Earnhardt cards in here too. You know, like the year in review and the Victory Lane cards. You'll see Dale Earnhardt in here. So let's see if we can find card number 104. That's the one I'm most interested in right now. Oh, here we go. Check this out. These are the Racing Classic, you know, slash Legends. little subset in here. You know, there's a Richard Petty Superbird, Smoky Eunuch. I think that's Ralph Moody. There's Donnie Allison, Marvin Pinch, and I think, who is that? That's Johnny. Honestly, don't know off the top of my head. There's Fred Lorenzen. That's another cool card right there. Is Wendell Scott. That card looks pretty nice. Curtis Turner. The Asheville Weaverville Speedway. There's Chris Economaki and Junior Johnson. Daryl Derringer. Marvin Pinch. First Charlotte Motor Speedway race. David Pearson. There's Talladega 1970. There's Tim Flock. Fireball Roberts. Bobby Isaac. The Wood Brothers, and Ned Jarrett. So these are cool. This is one of my favorite parts of this set. You see they're gray backed and they're gray fronted. So that's pretty neat. So let's look here and see if we see card 104. Like I said, that card is notorious for being off center. Usually, you know, since it's a landscape card, it's left to right, it's usually not very good. Try to get some of these cards. See, look at that, how they do. They get all mixed up in there. It'd been nice if they had like 4 different bricks in here, but I'm sure that would have cost them more money to do. This is a cool card, the Richard Petty and Kyle Petty. This is the very last card in the set, and that's a very nice looking card right there. Again, that card is very gradable. Oh, there's card 104. All right, I bet you money it's left to right, it's off center. Actually, that one is top to bottom, it's off center, and it looks like it's got a little indentation right there, if you can see it or not in the light. Usually it's left to right is off center, but this one's center, but the top to bottom is off center, so dang. Well, I guess I'll keep plugging, trying to find more 89 Maxx PSA 10s to finish up my set. Like I said, I only need 3 in the base, 4 total with the variations. But these are really cool cards. Let's look at the Richard Petty real quick before we go. See if we can get that out of there without too much fuss. Yeah, he's a little off center, left to right. You can see that this border's thicker. Another way you can tell too is the checkerboard. See how it's got two squares and then a space, and this one's got a little less than 2 squares. So that's another way you can tell to see how centered they are. So not the best example, but still a pretty cool box. Like I said, too bad the Dale Earnhardt has a corner issue on it. That's too bad. I hate to see that. If it hadn't had a corner issue, I would have definitely sent it in. It would have got a 9 probably, without that corner issue. But you know, I'll tell you how much I spent. I spent $35 on this, so you know, it wasn't like I spent a ton of money. You know, you got to take a chance. I've seen these things go for a lot more, so I'm happy with the box, except for the Earnhardt. Like I said, there's a lot of gradable cards. If I want to get some cards graded, I can certainly get those cards graded. I will show you real quick the difference between the Crisco Earnhardt and the regular issue Earnhardt. So, and also this is the same pose that they used in the 88 Maxx promo card. So they used the same pose 2 years in a row. So I guess with that, I'll ask you folks to please like and subscribe. If you like this video, I hope you learned something from it. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments and I'll be glad to answer them for you. And with that, I will catch you folks later.